So learning to incorporate AI into your real estate videos, I personally believe is going to become the new normal. So in this video, I'm going to teach you how you can make a video like this.
Fa 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 fa.
All right, so you're going to jump into your editing software, whatever you use. I'm personally using DaVinci Resolve. And what we have right now is we have this clip where I'm orbiting around this house, right? So nice little shot. And what we're going to do is we're going to grab stills during each phase. So kind of what I like to do is I like the first part of it. I want it to be normal. I'm thinking this next part right here, when we're straight on the home, I'm going to grab another still because this will be another transformation from a different holiday. Then this will be another holiday. And then this will be the final holiday. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to color page. We're here at the beginning. So in DaVinci Resolve, you have to be at the beginning of wherever you're going to take the still. You go over here and you're going to do right click, grab still. And this will show up here in your gallery. So we have this one right here, right? Then we're going to go to the next part of the frame that we want. And I like to mark it so I can find this later on when I'm matching everything together. So now we go to this one. Now we're over here. We're going to go back to the color page, grab still. All right, so now we have that. Go to the next one. Then we're going to go to the color page. And this is kind of rinse and repeat. And we'll go to the final shot. Boom, right here. Go over here, grab a still. All right, so now we have these 4 different stills. So we're going to then export them. So we'll right click, export with display LUT. And we're going to do, we did AI decorations. So we're going to create Control Shift, create a new folder that says still images. And then make sure it's saved as a PNG or a JPEG. So we're going to open that, save them here. Okay, so now we have those all saved. So those are each different frames, right? So we want a frame, the beginning frame, this frame, this frame, and this frame, because I'm only doing 3 different holidays. So I'm going to do Christmas, then I'm going to do Halloween, and then I'm going to do 4th of July. So now you're going to head over to Higgsfield. I would do image, and you go to Nano Banana. Once you have that pulled up, you're going to upload the first image. So I'm actually, the first image we have, that's going to be my clean plate, right? So we're going to go to the second frame, which is right here. Choose this one. And then here is where you're going to put in your prompt. So I personally, actually, I just used ChatGPT and kind of said what I was wanting it to do. But I will go ahead and leave this prompt for this Christmas one. I'll leave this in the description below, along with all the other prompts. So for the Halloween one, and then also for the fireworks one as well. So now that we have this, boom, transform this house into a cozy Christmas exterior scene at night. All right, so I'm not gonna read all of that. Then we're gonna generate. So right here, you wanna make sure your ratios are correct. So for this, it's for Instagram, so 9:16. This is the resolution. I'm just doing 2K. You can do 4K if you want, but I think it costs more, so I'm not gonna do that. All right, and then you generate it. Awesome. So now we can download this. And I recommend keeping kind of everything organized, right? So what I did is I then labeled something called decorated. So you can see that they're all saved in here, and then I label it. So now that's decorated. Okay, so now you're gonna do the same exact thing for the Halloween and also for 4th of July. So again, I'm gonna have the prompts down below. If you want me to go into every single one of these, I will, but because it's basically the same process. So you'll take your prompt, you'll put the prompt in, say, hey, here's what I want you to do, and it will generate the image for you, right? So once you have all 4 of your images, you're now going to go to the video, and you're going to go to Clean 2.5 Turbo. We're going to go to 1080. All right. So I'm going to show you guys the first transformation. So what you're going to do is you can go here. You'll go to Start Frame. We have this original clip, right? So this is the first frame that you exported on your thing. This is your first clip in your scene. Then for the end frame, you're going to go to your decorated one. So decorated, we're going to use the Christmas one that I already personally have. We can do this on, it doesn't really matter. So we'll upload this. Once you have that uploaded, you're then going to use this prompt right here. This one might be a little bit overkill, but this is kind of what I kept it as. So create smooth visual transformation as the camera orbits from the original home into a Christmas decorated winter version. All right, and then we will go ahead and generate that. All right, so once I've generated, now you should have something that looks like this. Boom, transforms. Bam. All right, so that's your first one. So, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna skip the Halloween one because it's basically the same thing. So what you would do is I like to switch this. So now you're starting with your Christmas frame, and you would then add your Halloween frame that you generated, which again, I already did this. So then you would add your Halloween one, and then you'd use a Halloween prompt, which again, I'll put all the prompts down below in the description. The one that I do want to show you guys is for this one. So when I did the Halloween transformation, so from Halloween, boom, to fireworks, that one's probably my favorite one. And this is what I think is important. So here's the prompt I use. So I said, at the same time, introduce the 4th of July environment, fireworks bursting in the air. I added that. Clear summer nights. It might have done that on its own, but I thought that was important to add that. So you would take your Halloween clip as a start frame, and then your end frame would be the 4th of July one. Decorated. So boom. So Halloween frame, and then your 4th of July frame, and then you input this prompt. So basically what you're doing is you're creating a video between each one of your frames. So you have your first frame that is just the house. Your next frame that we took in the video, that's the one that is the Christmas one. And then the next frame is the Halloween one. And the next frame is the 4th of July one. And basically what Hicksfield is doing is it's creating the transformation, the transition between those different frames. So it's filling in all the gaps. And I think it does a really, really good job. I think it adds a lot to your video that wouldn't be there otherwise. And then you can then take it into your editing software. So now we have this transition, we have this transition, and then we have this transition, right? So if you look at here, this is the first frame that we originally exported. This is the next frame, right? With the Halloween or with the Christmas one that we exported. Then we go to this one. This is the Halloween frame. And we have the 4th of July frame. And then Hicksfield does all this work in between, right? So I think it does a really cool job. And that's how you change the decorations.